right, so here he is, longtime flyweight staple and former champion Deiveson Figueiredo. Outstanding finisher. He can knock you out. He can submit you. The cardio has really started to catch up with the skill set, and fans are always excited to see this man compete.
Always excited. I mean, he's one of those small guys that when we watch him walk to the octagon, you feel like something explosive can happen. And on many occasions, that's exactly what does happen. But for Figueiredo to win tonight, he has got to be more willing to accept whatever comes to him in the fight. He cannot chase the knockout. He has got to be ready to defend takedowns. He's got to be ready to box. He's got to be ready to grapple. If he wants to win again and head back towards the championship.
But man, is he an absolute delight to sit down and talk to and to watch compete. And you can argue that were it not for the presence of one Deiveson Figueiredo, this UFC flyweight division would cease to exist. Big spot for the former champ here tonight. So the outstanding boxer getting back on the proven ground here tonight, and I know in his last fight he got a little bit sensitive because we talked so much about his hands. He's a layered mixed martial artist, but certainly boxing has been his foremost skill, at least thus far in the UFC.
What's his bread and butter? When he's doing his best work, it's behind the hands. It's behind the setup. And we as broadcasters have seen enough of the sport at the highest level and boxing to know that that is the path that he is showing. That is the path that he has chosen. His footwork, his speed, his feints, his setups, they are all boxing-centric. So we call him a boxer, and guess what? Take pride in that. You're one of the best in the UFC at using that skill.
His jab is great, but he has told us this week he believes that the knockout's going to come with that patented left hook. That will matter moments. All right, now our tail of the tape for this bantamweight scrap. We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC flyweight champion of the world, Deiveson Figueiredo! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner,
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one. All right, early portions of the round here. A lot of different focuses for Deiveson Figueiredo. Certainly has every skill in terms of the wrestling and the grappling and the striking, but cardio management, maintaining a pace over 15 or 25 minutes, that was a big focus for Deiveson Figueiredo here during this fight week.
Oh, left hook.
Nice punch by Figueiredo.
Gets in close and gets that single collar tie locked in tight.
Investing in the body with the kick there. Danger factor high no matter where it goes against Deiveson Figueiredo, but he goes to the takedown here early, DC, and he gets it.
Very early in the fight, we saw that against Alex Perez. He gets you to the ground and he overwhelms you. So even though people think or fancy Deiveson Figueiredo a striker now because he possesses such big power, the guy is a tremendous grappler, and it shows in him getting that takedown.
Yadong's in half guard.
Big ground and pound.
Right inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have 2 hands in or 2 hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
Figueiredo's back in half guard, very comfortable here. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense. Ref won't help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of his position.
All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt named Daniel Cormier. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage on. Look at him, he's setting up a choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
Oh, he's got it locked in.
He's got that arm triangle deep. Oh, man, that was slick. Changing the position.
Oh, big pop from the crowd as they get back to their feet after a pretty scintillating grappling battle there on the ground.
Well, it's an educated crowd, John. They appreciated all the grappling exchanges and how skilled both of these men are.
Nicely done to the body. Yeah, left hook found its target. Nice jab to the head by Figueiredo.
Oh, guillotine, guillotine here.
Oh, that guillotine choke is tight. Holding the position, still working for a submission. Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense. Oh, that choke. That guillotine is tight.
And he's out again.
Very active off of his back. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom.
Oh, he reversed position there on the ground, and he's now in the dominant position. Oh, and he's back up again. Final seconds of the round. 5 minutes in the books.
Aí, senta aí, respira pra mim. Respira pelo nariz. Aí, muito bom. Take a seat for me, bud. Deep breath. That's right. Toma água aqui.
All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. A lot of good work on the ground.
You knew, John, going into the fight, that if he was able to get this fight to the floor, he would have the most success, and you saw it in that exchange. He was able to get posture, land some really good ground and pound as the round came to an end.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round 2. All right, here we go with our next round. And DC, you've spoken a lot about ground and pound skills and how it's a little bit of a lost art in modern day mixed martial arts. Certainly not for this young man.
No, and he does it in the old school way, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you push a guy to the side of the octagon, they use it as a barrier to get up.
Right.
Not with this guy. He stuffs your head in the corner, he gains his posture, and he just starts dropping hammers until eventually you're gonna turn to your knees, he'll take your neck and choke you, or he'll just put you back down. It's crazy to watch him dictate his opponent's actions with his power from this position. Not many guys can generate that type of power. You gotta go back to guys like Mark Munoz. They used to call him the Filipino smashing machine because he was so good with his ground and pound, and this guy shows that same exact type of approach.
All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. He talked to us a lot about pace and pressure. He has certainly kept up his end of the boat.
I mean, the cardio is fantastic tonight. He is pushing at a level that we have not seen him fight before. This is shades of Colby Covington. Max Holloway
going for a submission. Ooh, that looks wicked tight.
It's getting tight now. He's advancing.
Oh, he bails on the submission now. Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does.
There it is. Now he's running him out. This is where he wants to be. Great job landing from the top position. Oh, nice.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Figueiredo going to work here from the full guard. Nice combination of strikes, mixing it up pretty well here. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. And very effective with the ground and pound. Figueiredo's back in full mount.
And now he's a could be choke.
Oh, he's in trouble here, DC.
He's got the triangle with a lot of pressure going down on his opponent.
Holding the position now.
He's smart. He knows not to lose his position. Right to the knee on belly.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Figueiredo going to work here from guard and doing a pretty good job, I might add. Oh, interesting there as he just decides to let him back up. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round two. Swing and a big miss by Yadong.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
Just out of range with that left hook. All right, gets inside, gets the single collar tie here. Heavy leather landed on both sides in that exchange. Takedown defense holds up. Lands a big elbow there. Now some uppercuts.
He better move, John. He cannot take these uppercuts from this position.
He's looking for that left hand. Not there. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up.
Unable to land with that punch. Well, now you see some visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the body, and he hasn't missed a whole lot tonight.
You didn't expect him to do it this effectively. He's done a fantastic job of following a game plan.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. Yadong going to work here from guard. Nice combination there. Everything he throws is with fight-ending intentions. Seconds winding down in round two. Figueiredo's in half guard. Postures up and delivers a massive ground and pound punch to the head. All right, round three coming up next.
Aí, muito bom. Senta aí, respira. Okay? Very good, man. You almost have all those submissions. You're doing really good, okay? But you gotta be a little bit more patient.
All right, let us now look back at some of the highlights from that round, and there just aren't that many guys on this roster that can keep up this offensive wrestling pace over 15 or 25 minutes.
But he's one of those guys. He is one of those guys that's able to continuously take you down, even if you get up over and over. He has this ability to maintain that pace of pressure that he can wear his opponents down. That's why you see him get so many finishes as the fights progress.
Yadong gets caught by that straight punch, beautifully landed by the opposition.
Nice punch to the head.
These boys are standing right in front of each other, just kind of going at it.
Out of range with that one. Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down here tonight. I'm not sure how much more his opponent can take. Double leg takedown attempt here, and that is a good attempt as he gets the fight back to the mat.
It's ideal. His ideal situation just happened. He got it on the shot, didn't have to put too much effort to finish. Great job.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack. Not being, oh, he's attacking choke now.
Ooh, arm triangles in tight.
It's getting in very tight. Very smart there. You never favor submission over a dominant position.
Figueiredo's in half guard. All right, we'll see how he chooses to defend here.
Strong reversal there.
Well, we may have the best cut men and women in the business, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with that cut. It continues to widen with every passing strike.
And you're fighting a great fighter. It's hard to deal with the damage of the cut while dealing with the level of the fighter in front of you. Right now, you have got to do something different to try and change the way that this fight is playing out. Look at that. Recognizing he's about to lose position.
All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Figueiredo.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Yadong's eye is closing up. Figueiredo's looking for that arm triangle. Oh, looks like he's got that arm pin in the triangle now.
How in the world did he escape that submission?
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys can start throwing up legs, chasing triangle.
Oh, the head kick there as it lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night. Nice leg kick.
Under 2 minutes now to go in our third round.
Wow.
And this is why you pay to be in the building. Back and forth we go. Oh, you gotta like the output here. So aggressive with the strikes. He continues to light him up. Gotta be careful here not to gas out, of course, but you gotta like the offense we're seeing from him, especially in this round. Man, his body not looking too good right now. It's not quite Dominic Reyes against Jan Blachowicz, but these body strikes really starting to add up.
They're starting to pay dividends. You know, he spoke to us about this earlier in the week, how he was going to eat this guy up from bottom to top. He was going to go in reverse. That is exactly what he has done.
Oh, great reversal to top position by Figueiredo.
Beautiful transition.
Figueiredo's in half guard now. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Lands another strike upstairs, and for his opponent, that is certainly not going to help matters when it comes to the swelling.
He can't miss, Jay. And when you saw the swelling initially, you knew that he needed to change something. He still has not changed that, and while it's getting worse, it's still not at a...
Figueiredo's trying for a submission here.
Oh, he's got the armbar deep. Escape. Look, I gotta stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
Final seconds of round 3. Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here by Figueiredo. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. All right, we'll re-rack some replays from the previous round as they attend to that pretty nasty cut in his eye area.
You got to lock in defensively, man. You cannot be out there just fighting. His opponent is too high level to try to fight him with his ego. Now he's dealing with a nasty cut over his eye. Why do you need another thing to manage when you already got one of the best fighters in the world in front of you?
Ready. Ready.
Fourth round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Very nice outside leg kick by him there, DC. We'll see if he follows it up here.
He's really driving his shin into his opponent's thigh, beating his leg up.
Oh, that jab alerted his opponent.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that single power.
Nice job blocking the elbow. Just missed with that right hand. Back and forth we go.
He gets to the single collar side, looking for him to drive and move his opponent to find openings to land that free hand.
Figueiredo is trying to lock up on a submission now.
Oh, nice guillotine there.
Unbelievable. What a moment for this fighter here tonight. Called his shot, gets the win by way of submission. That after party's gonna be on fire.
He got to his position. He found the submission. He squeezed and got it done. It was amazing to watch, and it was amazing to be a part of the broadcast for such an amazing performance.
All right, we now go inside the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 56 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by tap out, Deiveson Figueiredo!
All right, Deiveson Figueiredo, your winner by submission. We make so much of his power, his striking, but he's a very good grappler as well.
I mean, he's got it all. Deiveson Figueiredo is as good as they come, and once again shows and proves why he's one of the best flyweights in the world with this huge submission victory.